Welcome everybody to RMS Sales Training and Inspiration. My name is Rich Norton, and may I say that it's been an absolute thrill. It's been definitely exciting for me to be able to do these shows. We started doing these shows a little over a year ago, and right now we're up to over 30 shows that we've been doing, and I know that it's been blessing everybody out there, especially those of you that are with RMS Sales Training and Inspiration, watching the shows with Retriever. It's been amazing. The inspiration and the motivation and the training that we've been doing has been fantastic, and thank you for all your emails. Thank you for all your calls. Thank you for all your encouragement. And I'm listening to some of the texts, as a matter of fact, that I got today where representatives are saying, I am watching this show over and over and over again. I had a representative that I spoke with this morning that said, man, before, when I would look at these merchant statements, I had no clue, no idea what they meant. I'd open one up and I was just as lost as the merchant was. As a matter of fact, in most cases, the merchant knew more than I did. Now when I look at these statements, he goes, man, I got that down. I got it down. And as we were talking, you can feel the confidence that he has just explaining it. And I can tell that as he was explaining the statements to the merchants, his confidence help the merchant be confident in himself also. So I'm going to give a shout out to David Duthry out in Rhode Island for your great call today. Your calls, I know a lot of people say I encourage everybody, but your calls, especially your call today, encouraged me, so thank you. I appreciate your feedback and everything, and that's what this is all about. These shows that we do, believe me, I love doing them. I mean, this is like joy, satisfaction, enthusiasm. I'm giving these motivational talks and inspirational talks, and I'm getting myself just as excited as I'm talking. So I know, and I'm thanking you, that I know that it's inspiring you also. So when you're out there visiting merchants, we're going to cover another show today on reading statements, and we're going to take a break and we'll do more, because as I stated before, I could do 100 shows on how to read merchant statements. But one of the things that I want to talk about real quick before we go into a break is you do not have to see a statement every time you walk into a business, because sometimes people get too caught up in that. It's like, I couldn't get a statement, so I couldn't talk to the merchant. I'm going to say at this point, probably more than half the time, I write up merchants without looking at the statement. So it's not important that you see a statement every single time. There are merchants that will have it right there ready for you, and they want you to see it. They want to do a comparison. That's fantastic. That's why I'm going over all this, because I want you to be prepared when that does come up. But there's going to be cases where you will walk into a merchant and they have no statement. And nowadays, let's be honest, I'll be frank with you, many of these merchant companies do not want the merchants to have a statement. Why? Because they don't want wonderful representatives like us coming in and showing them all these garbage fees that they're paying. They want the merchant to be clueless. All they know is that the merchant, what happens is, money comes out of their account and they don't even know why or what all those fees are. So you want to cater to that when you walk into a business, and I'll use that in my approach. Many of you know my door opener, and again, we have a show on cold calling, the mindsetting of cold calling. Get that down. But when I walk into a business, as I'm using that approach, I'll say, hey, I'm from RMS, WorldPay Direct Processing Bank, and I'm finding that businesses in this area are complaining like crazy about their fees being high. The biggest complaint that I'm hearing nowadays is they don't get statements anymore. And I'm shaking my head up and down. Now, they're either going to say one or two things. We don't get a statement either, tell me about it, or we do get a statement. So whatever happens, it's positive either way. They don't get statements. They have no idea what they're paying or why they're paying so much. Well, the way we're helping everybody today is we're getting rid of that, so they deal directly with a direct processor, getting their money quicker without worrying about all the junk fees. Now, it looks like you're with such and such a company, a merchant service company. Do you get a statement, or do they not send you a statement either? We don't get a statement either. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Most of the merchants that I've been helping out do not receive a statement, and they have no idea what they're paying and why they're paying so much. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. The typical guy is going to come in here from a third-party merchant company. He's going to ask to look at your statement, and once he sees what you're paying, he'll knock off a couple of bucks. That's it. We are completely opposite. What I do for all the merchants that I help, I show them our statements so they can see exactly what their fees would be if they were fortunate to be with us, a direct processor. Does that make sense to you? Let me go grab my book and I'll show you exactly how I've been able to help other businesses in the area. So you've already established that. And then when you come back in, you kind of build up your company, you got your book, we're RMS, #1 office for WorldPay or whatever you're presenting, cash discount, A+ rating, we do all the big stores. You'll build up your company first of all, and I'll ask them, we want to find out how much a month are you doing in processing. Let's say, for example, they're an auto repair shop. That's what I do well with, auto repair, tire stores. They'll say, we're doing about $10,000 a month. Okay, with my experience, the merchant company that you're dealing with right now, the bottom line is what your bottom line is, because anybody can quote any rate, but what's your bottom line? My experience is you're probably paying them about $325 to $350 a month, if not more. Does that sound correct? Yeah, I think we paid like $375 last month. Well, how did I know that? I've been doing this for so long. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you some of our statements, and you want to make sure you have some sample statements in your book that's going to line up with exactly what that merchant is. What I'm talking about, what their average ticket is, what type of business it is. Are they manually keying the cards in? Are they getting the cards all up front? So you want to make sure that it matches. Average ticket really makes a difference. So let's say, for example, auto repair. I'm going to break out a statement and I'm going to say, here's a business, auto repair. They did $10,000 right here. See what their bottom line was? And it shows on the statement 154. And they're going to say, wow, that's a lot lower than what I'm paying. So I already got them thinking 350. Now I got them to 150. That's what it would be with us. Do you think I got the merchant's attention? Absolutely. Did I need to go over their statement and dissect their statement? Not at all. So keep in mind, keep this simple. These classes, these training programs that I'm teaching you is giving you knowledge, but I want you to be prepared for every single merchant that you meet, no matter who they are, whether they have a statement or they don't have a statement. That's our ultimate goal. We're on this mission together, and I'm here to help you. I'm here to encourage you. We're going to do this together. Keep this in mind. I don't sit behind my desk all day long hoping, oh, you guys get a bunch of deals. I'm out there writing deals with you. Lots and lots and lots of merchants. Why? Because I love it, and I know what it's like when we're out there in the field. So we're going to take a short break. I hope that helps you. We're going to get into reading a couple statements again on this show. So break out a notebook, break out a pen. I want to thank Bruce, who's really done a great job with dissecting everything and getting everything set up. He puts everything up on the screen. I don't know how he does it. I just sit here, I talk, he does it all. So shout out to Bruce for all the production and great work that you do. But let's take a short break, and I'll be back in a few moments.
Hi, it's Rich Norton. I am a board member for the Haven Horse Ranch in St. Augustine, Florida. This is a wonderful ministry that specializes in equine therapy for special needs children. What an amazing ministry. If you'd like to support this ministry, go to havenhorseranch.org. havenhorseranch.org in St. Augustine, Florida, and you will bless somebody and you'll get blessed yourself. Appreciate you doing that. God bless.
Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt from Leonard Skinner here with the sign of Hands and Feet. We want you to go out and donate. We want you to go see them. God bless each and every one of you. Support, support, support.
Amen.
Amen. Hey everybody, Johnny Van Zandt here from Skinner. Hey, I want you to donate to the Hands and Feet, West Side. West Side's the best side. There you go. That's where I was born at. Anyway, hey, listen, they're feeding homeless vets, homeless people, helping people recover. They're a good organization. Don't forget, donate to the Hands and Feet, West Side. God bless.
Hello everybody, I'm Amy Gandy from Hands and Feet Foundation. It is a nonprofit organization, 501c3, that my husband and I started 4 years ago. What we do is we feed the least of these. We help the least of these in our community and everywhere else if they want to come. We have hot meals every day from 12:30 to 2. After we eat, we have a Bible study every day. We have clothes, food. Once a month we have free doctors, free psychiatrists, a free optometrist, dentist, and these are real licensed practitioners. And we have haircuts on Mondays. We help people get into rehab and detox from drug addiction, life on the street, where they need help. We have homeless shelters that we facilitate with, that if they want to get off the street, we help homeless veterans get off the street because there's no reason they should be out. And how we do all this, we do it for free from donations, volunteers, and from people like y'all. We would like for you to look us up on Facebook, Hands and Feet Westside. We'd like for you to look at our website, handsandfeetfoundation.org. Our address is 7478 103rd Street, Jacksonville, Florida, 32210. The Bible says that when you have done unto the least of these, you have done unto me. Thank you.
Hey everybody, go to handsandfeetfoundation.org and support them. Don't forget, support. For the Son of Man who came to seek and save the lost. Luke 19:10.
Hi, it's Rich Norton here with Retriever Merchant Solutions. I'm here with my good friend, Jason Woodward. We have amazing opportunities. Tell them all about it, Jason.
Not only do you get commission up front every single week and get paid on it, but we also make residual income. So let me explain to you what that is. My dad told me my whole life, no matter how successful I was in sales, until I made money while I was sleeping, I was not successful. Well, guess what? Residual income is making money while you're sleeping. So now I'm successful, and we want to help you be successful too.
We'll teach you, we'll train you. Give me a call, Rich Norton at 904-434-4635, or you can tell them the email address.
It's opportunity.rps@gmail.com. We want you.
Okay, we are back and we're ready to dissect some statements. I think this is episode number 7, and I get kind of lost, but you can watch these over and over again and again. They're going to help you time and time again. Just watch it and you'll find yourself improving. The only thing that you're going to do is get better. This statement that I have in front of me is for a merchant that is with North American Bank Card. Now keep in mind, I don't bash any other companies. They're all merchant companies. My job is just to give information right here that's going to help you when you're presenting a merchant. And all these statements are different. You know, you're going to see all different types of statements. Some are pretty simple. Some are very, very confusing. I've been in this industry for 20 years. Some of them I look at and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm having trouble understanding this. So can you imagine what a merchant goes through? But this merchant has 7, this different processing company has 7 different pages, and you'll see the different pages on the screen as I'm going through this. I'm not going to rush this. I'm going to take my sweet time. If I have to just do one statement per show, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I would much prefer to do that rather than whip through it and have you guys say, man, you lost me on the first page. So let's take our time. Page 1 talks about just deposits. So when you're looking at this first page, not much information for you. All that's showing to the merchant is their daily deposits, what they did. You know, you have, for example, $3,563.13, all the way through what their deposits are. So that's page 1. I turn over, and I'm going to go over to page 2, and it continues with more deposits. And then it goes through deposit detail. It does a breakdown of the Visas, the MasterCard, more Visa, more MasterCard. So that's exactly what is on page 2. You go on to page 3, and you got exactly the same thing. It's more deposits. So there's nothing really on these pages right here. They're going to help you break down any fees. So when you're looking at page 1, 2, and 3, you can just bypass that. It simply says deposit billing, and then it says deposit detail summary on the bottom of page 3, and you'll see that it says MasterCard deposit, they did 52,000 plus. Merchant deposit, Visa was 52,000 and MasterCard was 21,000. You'll find that in majority of the cases is Visa's number 1, MasterCard 2, probably Discover number 3, and American Express number 4. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. We have deposit detail summary. Now this right here is a little bit tricky. You can tell that some of these merchant companies have kind of gotten to a point where they're being a little bit slick and they're kind of not showing it out there, so showing exactly what the merchant is paying. Because you're going to see billing detail interchange. Now you'll see where it says Visa pass-through interchange. What comes after that interchange? Plus. Now it doesn't show you what the plus is, but it guarantees you that it is above interchange. So don't ever let that throw you off. It's a little bit sneaky how it's done. Visa pass-through interchange plus. And then it says MasterCard pass-through interchange plus. And when you look at it, you'll say, okay, they did 74,000 plus and they paid a little over 2,000. That seems to be a little high, so it doesn't sound like that's true interchange. So you ask yourself this question: how do I find out what that plus is? Now, I may have covered this before on a previous show. I don't know exactly what each card is, interchange, what Visa charges, what MasterCard charges. I do have a slip, a few pages that show exactly what type of card, so I do have that in my book. But I'm going to show you right now the easiest way to find out if they're being padded, if there is a plus on the interchange. How do I find that out? What I'm going to do, where it says billing detail, don't worry about that, we're going to come back to that. We're going to get to interchange detail, which is at the bottom of page 4. It talks about retail, rewards, business cards. What I am looking for is regulated debit, because I know for a fact that the interchange rate for regulated debit is 0.005% plus 22 cents. That came from the Durbin Act. These are cards that come from big banks, debit cards that come from Bank of America, Wells Fargo, the larger banks, the multi-billion-dollar banks. That's when Congress got together and they put a cap on what banks can charge for interchange. So I don't see anything here on the bottom of page 4 about regulated debit. So I'm going to go a little bit further. Let's turn over to page 5. And I'm looking, and I don't see anything on this one. Okay, here we go. I found it. Go to MasterCard, regulated POS debit fraud adjustment, debit. So when you see REG, that's a regulated debit card. As a matter of fact, you'll see it on Visa. U.S. regulated, CPS qualified. Now, as I stated earlier, I know for a fact that the merchant for interchange, it's 22 cents plus 0.005%. So let's take a look at that. Aha, we have an aha moment on this. If you go right across, it shows for Visa, regulated, CPS qualified. This is great stuff, and I'm not charging you anything for this. $2,532.35. Rate, what does it say there? 22 cents plus 0.68%. So that's supposed to be 0.005. So basically what they've done is they've actually added 0.63% over interchange, and you'll find that's done on every card. So how much is this merchant over the interchange? Say it together, 0.63%. So merchant is on interchange plus 0.63%. Are we going to be able to help this merchant? Absolutely, no question about it. Let's go back, and we're going to look at, on page 4, we're going to look at other fees, where it says billing details. So we already know they're at 0.65% over the interchange. We're going to go down through billing detail, and we're going to see processor fee, authorization request. You'll notice that the rate says 0.10. 11 transactions at 0.10, they paid $1.10. So this merchant right here is paying 10 cents per transaction fee. And you'll notice some of the AVS fees, they're also paying additional 5 cents. So when you add it up together, they are at 15 cents per transaction fee. So the merchant's at 0.65% plus 15 cents. It's great how we're getting this information. You're going to go down a little bit further. When you see this acquiring fee, assessments, that's all what the credit card companies charge. What I'm looking for is what this merchant is paying now in extra monthly fees. Now, keep this in mind going forward. Whenever you find a North American bank card merchant, in most cases, they have got what we call, or what they call, the free equipment. Now, we all know how that works. Free equipment, high rates, lots of monthly fees, that's free equipment. We're going to show them how to lower their fees and get equipment directly through us and have a lease where you make good upfront money. Now let's go a little bit further. Let's dive deeper into this. We're going to notice a location fee. All this stuff adds up. $2.97 for the location fee. We're going to look at a PCI non-compliance fee. We all know that many merchants, including some of our merchants, will not do the PCI compliance. You can get the forms, get them all ready, and they don't do them, and they get charged fees. Now, normally it's $19.95 per month. I've seen some over $100 per month. This particular merchant, they are paying $29.95 per month. That's a monthly fee along with that $2 plus there. They got premium merchant portal access. $14.95. Do you see how these fees are adding up? This is great for you because you're going to be able to show where you're going to save them more money. Also, we have a $5 statement fee, and then we'll go further, see if there's any other, a couple of little extra fees. I'm noticing that they have, well, the assessment fees are actually higher than what MasterCard, Visa, and Discover charges. Normally that's 0.13 to 0.14. I saw that go up in 2019. They've tacked on, so they're padding the assessment fee also, an additional 0.05. So actually the merchant's over 0.7 something on processing now. So as you dissect all this, you'll see where all these garbage monthly fees are coming. $30, $45, $50. They've got about $55 a month in monthly fees. All right, I'll look further and I see interchange detail. I just want to break down and go through every page to see if there's any other fees. The last couple pages are just basically deposits. So let's go back. Where is this merchant at? The merchant does about 70-something thousand a month, and they're at 0.72, right in that range, over cost. And they're at 15 cents per transaction fee. Their tickets are a lot higher. There looks to be well over 200, looks like $500 tickets. So what we're going to do for this merchant is we're going to bring them down to 0.25%. So we're going to save them basically 0.5%. And then when you add that up, 70,000 times 0.5%, you're saving them 300 and something, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the calculator right here. And then transaction fees, not a big deal. But the monthly fees, we're going to show them how they're going to get equipment directly through us, whichever equipment that you're doing. You can do the point, you can do the deja vu. This merchant, I think they had a Verifone from what I've heard. So I'm going to upgrade them with a new terminal, and I can basically do it for about the same that they're paying or even a little bit more. If you're doing a point, $69, $60, even the deja vu, $60. I know a lot of you, when you're presenting that, you break it down into value, where you're showing statement fee, programming fee, equipment fee, warranty fee. All that's included right into that monthly fee right there. You get to write it off, 100% tax deductible. We give you a form, a lease formula form, which allows you to write that off. So are you going to write this merchant up right here? Absolutely, no question about it. Very simple. When you get to that, you just do a summary at the end. Mr. Merchant, you were with this company right here. I'm glad I was able to break the statement down with you. The numbers do not lie. And as you were explaining this to the merchant, you were educating them. And because you were educating them, they have faith in you, and they believe in you, and they trust you. It wasn't like you looked at it, okay, you did this, it'd probably be this with us. I mean, if you spent that little extra time with that knowledge that you have and the confidence that you have, you're just explaining it to them. They feel good about that, and the confidence that you have shown brings the confidence from them. So you do a summary again. As I showed you, Mr. Merchant, Mrs. Merchant, whoever they are, you were at point, when you add it all up, you're at 0.72% over interchange. What that means is if a card comes in at 1% and 10 cents, you're at 1.72 and 10 cents. I have lowered that going forward. Remember these catchphrases that we use. Going forward, this is going to be your new rate. Instead of 0.72, you're going to be at 0.25%, knocking off about 0.5% off every transaction, which saved you $350 just on that level alone. Your transaction fees went down from 15 cents down to 5 cents or whatever you did it for. And then your monthly fees, they told you your equipment was free, but you can see what your free equipment has been costing you. We're getting rid of all those monthly fees. I'm hooking you up and getting you set up with a brand new equipment. Deja vu, whichever one you're doing. I've explained it. I showed how that worked. You get to write it off, 100% tax deductible. Everything's included into that $60 per month. At this point, every merchant says to me, Rich, this is an absolute no-brainer. Thank you for going over this statement with me. No one's ever done that before. Thank you for educating me. I've never had this broken down. I never was able to explain that. That's what everybody says to me at this point. How do I get started with your company? Very simple. All I'm going to need from you today, and everybody knows all the closing questions at this point. Who do you guys do your bank with? We do our banking with Wells Fargo. Okay, I'm assuming that you want everything to go in the same account. Is that correct? Yes, we do. All right, well, all I'm going to need from you today to get the ball rolling is a check. You're going to write void on it. I'm going to fill everything out so you have everything in writing, word for word, exactly the way that I explained it. Or if you're doing it on the portal where you're doing it on your laptop, either way, we're going to do all that. Put everything in writing, word for word, exactly the way that I explained it. Today is Monday. We'll have everything done within a couple days. The equipment will be shipped directly to you. We're going to walk you through setting it up, showing you how to use it, and then we will assist you in getting rid of this company right here. Whether you write a cancellation letter, or many of you are using my assistant Holly, you have her email address. If you just take a picture of the statement, ask her to send a letter with a stamped envelope, she will gladly do that, and she'll get rid of that merchant company for you. So all your bases are covered, and I just went through a whole show and just did one statement. Here we go again. So I'm glad I was able to do this. Valuable information. Absorb, 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 improve, improve, improve. This is absolutely fantastic. Thank you for your feedback. I'd like for you, Retriever representatives, and anybody that's out there, to send me some questions. Text me at 904-434-4635. You can email me. I have a direct email also at retrieverjaxfl@aol.com. Send me an email, call me, reach out to me. Some of the things that you're going through out in the field, some of the questions that you have, send them to me. We'll do shows on them. I am committed to doing shows for years and years and years to help you. Remember, today is God's gift to you. It's an amazing day. It's an incredible day. If you woke up this morning and you're breathing, it's an absolute gift. What you do with this day is your gift back to Him. Make it a good one. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. See you next time.